guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with my September TBR. We are finally into September, which means it is pretty much already fall in my household. I have a lot of my decorations out already. I've been craving some darker romances, and fall is also the Twisted and Taboo Readathon that my friends and I are hosting. I'm pretty sure it is September 16th through the 19th. We have a whole bingo board. I will go through that whole TBR after I'm done with the physical books on my TBR, and I'm just really excited. So I will go ahead and get to all the books that I'm reading this month. The first book I have is the Historical Hellions pick for September, which is my historical romance book club I run with Samantha from Books with Samantha. We are reading Across a Moonlit Sea by Marcia Canham, and it's a pirate romance. That's all I know about this. I own it physically somewhere on my shelves. I cannot find where it is at the moment. I had recently rearranged books, and I think I moved it to another section, so I do have 4 books by this author, so they're together somewhere in my shelves, but I do know I own this one. It's a pirate romance. I think his ship sinks and she takes him on her ship, and it says he seizes command of her ship and sets out to win her heart. So sounds exciting. I'm very excited. I love getting new authors to read for Historical Hellions, so this one's gonna be good. We have not picked our Rush by Romance pick yet. Our book club's tonight. I haven't chatted with Lacey yet about what our September pick is gonna be, so I'm not sure, but check it out on our Instagram. It's always linked down below for what we're reading for that book club. I have plans to try to get back into historical, so I have 4, which I noticed they are color coordinated. We got 2 pinks, 2 reds. So 2 of these were sent to me from the publisher or author, and 2 I purchased myself. So I recently went to Barnes & Noble, and they did not have any new releases out, and I was really annoyed, and people were telling me, oh, you have to ask them and they'll look in the back if they have them, but these books have been out for 2 weeks at this point and none were on the shelves, which I was annoyed with, because the author that I met at a Polycon, Sophie Jordan, she also told me that Target's no longer going to be carrying mass markets, which are historical romances. So someone told me to look at Walmart for new releases though. I might start doing that, but I ended up ordering these on Amazon because Barnes & Noble didn't have them. Lorraine Heath's new book and then Charis Michael's new book. I love these authors so much, and this one's the 3rd book in the series, and I've given both of them 5 stars. I'm not sure what, oh, his father's hanged for attempting to assassinate the queen, and he's stripped of everything, and so he has to turn to a woman he despises. That's our heroine. So very excited. And then this one is book 3, I believe, in the series, and I've enjoyed the series a lot. It's super fun, and we're back though to the regular mass market size. Book 2 and both of these are mass max, and I don't know much about this one. These are all different retellings. This one's a Cinderella retelling. She wants to open a finishing school, and she has to get money, and the hero is a duke, and he has to venture back into society for something, so I am excited to read that. And then 2, I was sent this by the publisher, this by the author. I'm super excited for these 2. So we have Lenore Bell's new one, which this one's floppy because it's an arc, and I love how floppy it is. It's gonna be so easy to read. This is Duke Most Wicked. This is also in her Wallflowers and Rogue series, which I love. The 2 that I think there's 2 out. This might be, I don't remember. I've read at least the first one, and I really, really love that one. And this one is about, oh, he has to get money because he is also a duke, and he's raising his 5 sisters. He falls for their music instructor, but he needs to marry wealthy. So class difference, love that. And then we do have Erica Ridley's new one, which is Nobody's Princess. I love it. I love how we have the pinks and reds theme going on. And this one is Graham's story. I love Graham in the previous books. He's deciphering coded messages, and he is convinced he has to come to a royal's rescue. And it is not a princess, but it is a, oh, isn't it? She wants to be a guard's woman, and it's their romance. So I'm super excited for that one. Those should be really good. So high hopes for those historicals. I might do a reading vlog reading new historical romances. Let me know if that's something you would like. I also am still loving small town romances. I have 2 left to read in Catherine Cowell's series. This is gonna make my lighting super, super dark. You have Reckless Refuge and Beneath the Wreckage, which are these 2, and I am excited to read those. After those, I've caught up on all her series, and I only have her 1 standalone left, and then I've read her entire backlist, which is crazy to think about because I just started reading her this year officially. I read one of her books a couple of years ago, I think, but I read everything else by her this year, and I love her so much. Small town romances, very excited to read those. I also really want to read Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This is a ghost romance, and I believe she's a ghost writer, which I think is really funny. So she has to bury her father. I think that her father passed away, and she sees a ghost standing at the funeral parlor, and I think that it's her dead editor So I'm pretty sure. So I got this while I was in DC. I'm very excited to read that one. I do have a couple arcs to read, which I'm very excited for. One's already come out, but I am just a little late on it. I do want to read Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This one is a divorced couple's second chance at romance. Some friends have read it and loved it. I definitely want to read it now so that I can just savor the new Kennedy Ryan book and maybe reread on audio when I do it for my book club in December, I think is when we're doing it. So stay tuned for that. I also need to read Aphrodite and the Duke by JJ McAvoy. This one came out last week and I'm very excited though because I think it's a second chance romance. He jilted her and then got married and then his wife died and now it's like their second chance. Sounds very angsty. I definitely want to read this really soon. Maybe I'll read this in my reading new historical romance video as well because I need to read that. I also have The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. My friend sent this to me. This one comes out next week. I'm very excited to read it. I think that she like has to stay, obviously. It's a roommate romance. That's all I know happens in here. She is secretly a romance writer, so I'm very excited to read that one as well. And then I do have to read Love on the Brain. I am actually, the day I'm filming this, going to see Allie Hazelwood at Joseph Beth Bookseller in Cincinnati, and so I really want to read this. The audio came in, but I wasn't loving the narrator of the audio, so it was like really hard for me to pay attention, and so I did not want to read that. I've been like in a really weird audio mood lately where some audiobooks I just cannot focus on, and this was one of them. So I'm reading like a thriller now and I'm so into it. So I just think like I can't focus on just normal contemporaries right now in audio. I'm back to work. I have a lot going on in my life right now, so I want to physically read this one to savor the story. So I'm going to read this in September, and I'm very, very excited. I also have When It Rains by B. Celeste. Someone in my friends for Reading Sprints was reading this, and I don't remember if it was Cheyenne or McKay. One of them was reading this book. This one's a cheating romance. I'm pretty sure she is with someone, and then someone from her past comes back in the picture, and it's their romance. So it's love triangle, a little bit messy. I got this from the author when I saw them at a Polycon, so I really want to read it. I like messy romances. It sounds right up my alley, so that's why I want to read that one. And then, no surprise, I have to read these two. So I have 2 book club books and 2 books for a reading vlog to read this week. And then I think I'm going to jump right into these 2. I have to read Daisy Hates and then Magnolia Parks Long Way Home. These ones I had to buy them. I'm obsessed with Magnolia Parks. This one's a different couple with 2 different characters, and then this one we go back to Magnolia and BJ, and I'm dying, so I need their books. This one has 524 pages. They're long, but all my friends now have caught up, and I started it like 2 weeks ago, so I need to like really get on this series. I really love these covers too. They're just messy. I'm really excited. I need more of them in my life. I can't stop thinking about them, so I need to read them. But I need to read them like on a weekend. Maybe I'll read them on Labor Day weekend because I will not be able to focus on anything if I read them while I have to work. Then I do have the Wolf Hotel read along with my friends. So the first 2 I want to read are Tempt Me and Break Me by K.A. Tucker. All I know is they take place in Alaska and they're billionaire romances. I don't know anything else beyond that. I did end up buying an audiobook of the first book from an Audible sale, and then my library, thank goodness, only has book 2, so I'm glad I bought book 1, but book 2 on audio is in my library on Hoopla, so I have the first one audio. Very excited to read these. All our information's on our Instagram. We're gonna have 2 live shows to chat about the books. I also have Tough Guy by Rachel Reed. This one is a hockey romance. I've been obsessed with this series lately, and I need to continue. I read books 1 and 2. Absolutely love both of them. I do want to continue on in the series, but I haven't yet, just so I can get to the last book, so this one, hopefully I can get to the audio. I also found that my library has the audio of Pippa and the Prince of Secrets by Grace Calloway, and this one I believe the heroine lost her husband and falls in love with someone else. She was a side character in Olivia and the Masked Duke, which I really liked, and it's like a play on Charlie's Angels, so they're kind of spies as well, so I'm really excited to get to this one. I'm trying to read some more historical romances. I'm starting to miss the genre. So this says she is a widow gone wild after the tragic ending of her marriage, and she vows never to love again. Obviously that's not going to happen, and she falls in love with someone. So I'm very excited to read this one, get back with these characters. My library finally got 2 Kingdoms by Christy Cunning. I read books 1 and 2 in the series physically. It's a demon hunter, ghost, paranormal, reverse harem, and I love books 1 and 2, and then I was like, oh, I should try listening to them on audio, but my library only had 1, 2, and 4, but they finally got book 3, so I'm gonna read 2 Kingdoms, and hopefully I will enjoy this one. I am trying to try out more small town romance authors, so my library has Legacy by Laura Pavlov. This one has a lot of good reviews, so I'm really excited. So it says he runs a billion-dollar company, and I'm assuming his dad dies. It says he has a father to grieve, a legacy to fulfill. title snuck in there, and it says that the heroine's not his type. She's snarky, she's stubborn, but the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. She wants to open a bakery. She has drama with her mom, and then he is her business partner. The hero is. So sounds really cute. I want to read some more by this author. I read one and gave it 3.5 stars, so I want to explore more of her backlist to see if I really like it. I have Morphine, which is a new release that I've been seeing everywhere, and this one is a Formula One romance, which I'm really excited to read. I know Tori from Novel Life loves Formula One romances, and the heroine is actually the driver, and so I heard about it from Tori. I instantly downloaded it when it came out this past week, so I'm very excited to pick this up. I also have 7 books on my TBR for the Twisted and Taboo Readathon. It is only 4 days, and I am working for 2 of those, but you know, it's okay. We are having live shows every day of readathons and a live show at the end to wrap it up, so if you're interested, check out my Instagram. It is saved in my highlights, but we have a whole bulletin board. Our group book is Forbidden Obsession, which I believe is a stalker romance, and it's a novella. It is by Regina Wade, and that's all I know. Literally, it just says he's always watching on the side, so it sounds really good. I'm excited to try out a new author. I forget who had recommended this, but it does count for a stalker romance, which is exciting. I have Coach Me by Shanora Williams, which is a coach athlete romance, and I'm pretty sure it's for running, which I had read Waking Olivia and absolutely loved it, which is a cross-country coach romance, and someone recommended this one to me, and I'm like, absolutely, I will read this. So that's definitely on my TBR. I would like to hopefully get to Saint by A. Zavarelli. This one's a shorter one. I own it physically. Mafia romance. That's all I know about this one, but it would count for Mafia. And then Manic by Amo Jones. Cheyenne was like, you have to read Manic, and it is Captor Captive. And I think I was also looking at Sicko, but she told me to read Manic. Manic is one of her favorites, and all I know is it's Captor Captive. So definitely want to read this one. I could possibly read Souls Unfractured by Tilly Cole. I know this one's everyone's favorite. I'm pretty sure I have it over there. Let me see. I think it's the character that everybody loves, Maddie and Flame. I think everybody loves Maddie and Flame, and so I think that I will really like it. I didn't super love book 2. I think I gave book 2 3 stars, maybe 3.5. It wasn't my favorite. Book 1 I gave 5. I'm kind of hesitant to go into book 3. I don't know if I'll love it, but definitely want to read this on audio if I get to it. So this counts for motorcycle romance. Then I have possibly Devious Little Liars, which is by Elle Thorpe. I'm pretty sure it's a high school bully romance, and I think it's reverse harem. I don't know. I don't know if I can do bully romances in high school anymore, but if I have time, I have this on audio, so I could, and bully romance is one of our prompts as well. And then the last one I have is Unbroken, which is one that I downloaded on Kindle because I was talking in our reading sprints about what I could read, and I think that Cheyenne is the one who recommended this one. She really liked it, and it is a daddy romance. I don't remember if it's boyfriend's dad or friend's dad. It is a daddy romance, so that also means it's age gap. So I think I have most of our prompts taken by these 7 books. Now, will I read 7 books in 4 days? I don't know. A few of them are novellas, so they aren't too long, but we'll see. Those are all the books that I want to read, though. Let me know if you are participating in the Twisted and Taboo Readathon and what you plan on reading. I would love to hear, and what you're excited for me to read this month and what I should prioritize. Please let me know, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.